Have you ever felt a magnetic pull towards someone you can't explain, an overwhelming connection that seems destined, divine, and yet destabilizing? Perhaps you've been told this is your twin flame. You've clung to the idea that this person is your other half, the one who completes you. And yet, the deeper you go, the more confused, lost, or emotionally wrecked you become. If you've ever asked, why does something that feels so sacred hurt so much? You're not alone. The spiritual community is awash in misinformation, romantic fantasy, and illusions that keep you circling the same emotional maze. And today, the truth finally breaks through. In today's highly classified transmission, officially labeled Operation Cosmic Mirror by the Galactic Federation, you'll receive sacred intelligence that has never before been disclosed to Earth's surface population. Commander Aurora Ray of the Lyran Fleet has been authorized to unveil the true purpose behind what we call twin flame connections. This is not about romance. This is not about finding the one. It's about activating the cosmic technology embedded in your soul's DNA, a multidimensional awakening mechanism carefully placed within you before birth. What you've been experiencing is not heartbreak, it's initiation. By the end of this video, your entire perception of love, union, and your soul's mission on Earth may undergo a radical transformation. You'll understand why 80% of what people call twin flame connections are actually false matrix traps, programs engineered to keep you emotionally entangled and distracted from your galactic mission. But for the 20% who are truly being activated by this powerful force, today's message will decode the signs, shift your frequency, and empower you to finally step into the higher calling you've always felt but couldn't yet name. Are you ready to let go of illusion in exchange for illumination? Are you willing to trade fantasy for spiritual clarity? If so, we invite you to watch until the very end, because what you're about to hear may not only explain your deepest emotional experiences, but may also be the final key to unlocking your soul's galactic remembrance. Number 1. Twin flames beyond romance and into activation. When most people hear the term twin flames, they often envision an idealized version of love, a soulmate, a destined lover, the one person in the universe who completes them. But what if everything you thought you knew about this sacred connection was incomplete or even misleading? What if the truth was not about romance at all, but about evolution? The twin flame phenomenon is far more than a romantic fairy tale. It is not about finding your other half or healing your wounds through someone else's affection. Rather, it is a highly advanced spiritual technology, an encoded galactic mechanism specifically designed to activate your inner power. This connection was seeded into the Earth's collective consciousness by higher dimensional beings to assist starseeds and awakened souls in their mission of ascension. When a true twin flame encounter occurs, it initiates the activation of dormant Kundalini energy, triggers rapid DNA upgrades, and catalyzes the expansion of consciousness. This isn't just about love, it's about light, it's about mission, and it's about the return to your cosmic blueprint. The moment you feel an inexplicable pull to someone, a magnetic energy that ignites something deep within your being, it might not be love at first sight, in the way we typically understand it. What you're experiencing could be the awakening of ancient energetic codes embedded in your cellular memory. These codes lie dormant until a particular soul, your twin, triggers their ignition. This person mirrors not just your desires, but your fears, your unresolved karma, your deepest soul contracts. And through this alchemical mirror, your soul begins a journey of rapid evolution that no ordinary relationship can replicate. However, there's a twist, one that most of Earth's spiritual community has yet to fully comprehend. According to recent transmissions from the Galactic Federation, an estimated 80% of twin flame connections reported today are actually false programs generated by the Matrix. These illusions are specifically designed to entrap awakening souls in endless cycles of emotional turmoil, codependency, and romantic obsession. The false twin flame dynamic keeps lightworkers distracted from their higher purpose, spinning in the same karmic wheels they were born to break. These artificial links simulate the energy of a twin flame, but ultimately drain the soul, anchoring it further into third-dimensional suffering. But the other 20%, those rare and genuine twin flame unions, are a different story entirely. These are the soul contracts that originate beyond this galaxy. They are sacred and they are volatile. They push you to your edge, not to destroy you, but to force your transformation. A true twin flame will not always stay, and they may not always play the role of your lover, but what they will do is awaken you. They will set your soul ablaze and burn away every illusion that separates you from your divine essence. These unions are not about comfort, they are about fire, truth, and alignment. So if you've ever experienced a spiritual connection so intense it left you breathless, if you've ever felt your body light up the moment you saw someone, as if your entire being recognized them before your mind could catch up, if you've ever questioned whether this person was your twin flame, a karmic contract, or simply a messenger from the beyond, you are not alone. In fact, this message was always meant to find you. You were never here to chase love in the ordinary sense. You were here to remember who you are, and sometimes it takes the twin flame mirror both divine and devastating to awaken that memory. Before we go any deeper, I invite you to pause for a moment and reflect. Has your experience with someone ever shaken you to your core, not because of who they were, but because of what they awakened in you? Could it be that this connection wasn't about romance, but about remembering your mission? If anything in this message has stirred something within your soul, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Whether you're navigating a twin flame dynamic or just beginning to question the nature of love itself, your voice matters in this awakening. And if you're ready to reclaim your power beyond illusion, type this affirmation in the comments: I choose awakening over attachment. Let this be the moment you declare your alignment with truth. Now, let's dive even deeper into the galactic mechanics behind these soul-shifting connections. Number 2. The Matrix Trap. Romanticizing the sacred technology. In today's spiritual community, the concept of the twin flame has been widely misinterpreted, shaped not by higher wisdom, but by illusions propagated through the very matrix system we seek to transcend. What once was sacred galactic intelligence has now been diluted into fantasies of perfect love, soulmates destined to complete one another, and fairy tale endings that promise eternal romance. But according to intelligence released by the Galactic Federation, this modern portrayal is not just misleading, it is a calculated distraction. The twin flame journey is not designed to validate our need for romantic fulfillment. It is not a cosmic reward for good behavior or a spiritual lottery win. It is a sacred and highly advanced energetic technology encoded into our soul contracts to serve a much higher purpose. Its mission is not emotional satisfaction, but energetic evolution. Yet countless souls, instead of awakening to the depth of this truth, remain trapped in cycles of longing, obsession, and emotional dependency, all carefully engineered distractions. The Federation warns that this distorted romantic lens serves the Matrix agenda all too well. It keeps souls looking outward, chasing validation, searching for the one, and placing their spiritual awakening in the hands of another person. This subtle programming delays their inner mastery and diverts their energy away from their galactic service and soul mission. By turning a divine activation technology into a love story, the Matrix ensures that seekers stay emotionally reactive, ego-attached, and energetically disempowered. When individuals believe that someone else is meant to complete them, they unknowingly hand over their power. This mindset reinforces a deep sense of lack, a spiritual dependence that blocks the very evolution the twin flame journey was meant to trigger. It prevents the activation of their higher chakras, delays Kundalini awakening, and postpones the full embodiment of their divine essence. In truth, authentic twin flame unions are not designed to make you feel comfortable. They are mirrors of transformation, meant to ignite your dormant light codes, challenge your ego attachments, and shatter every illusion that keeps you small. They initiate a spiritual furnace, an alchemical process that forces you to confront your shadow, integrate your polarities, and rise into multidimensional awareness. These connections are spiritual catalysts, not romantic escapes. They are built to create friction, not fantasy. This sacred friction is intentional. It stretches both souls beyond the limits of their human identity and into the frequency of galactic consciousness. It is through the discomfort, the separation phases, the misunderstandings, and the inner battles that both twin flames are forced to evolve. It is a technology of ascension, not affection. So if you find yourself romanticizing the twin flame connection, ask yourself, is this love expanding me toward my soul mission, or is it keeping me entangled in emotional drama? Am I becoming more aligned with my higher self, or more addicted to the idea of someone else fulfilling me? The real twin flame journey is sacred, but it is not soft. It is not here to soothe your ego, but to dismantle it. It is not here to make you feel loved. It is here to make you remember that you are love. It will awaken you. It will activate you, but only if you are willing to let go of the fantasy and embrace the fire. Number 3. The purpose of twin flame chaos. A catalyst for galactic awakening. One of the greatest misconceptions in today's spiritual discourse is the belief that real twin flame connections are meant to bring peace, comfort, or emotional security. In truth, nothing could be further from the sacred design. Authentic twin flame unions are not created to satisfy your longing for a romantic partner or to offer you a peaceful retreat from the chaos of life. Instead, they are divinely engineered to disrupt, to dismantle your illusions, to shake your foundations, and to activate your deepest spiritual codes. These connections are built for transformation, not tranquility. When two true twin flames meet, a massive energetic current is set in motion. This is not a gentle breeze, it is a cosmic storm. It brings with it a high-voltage pressure that forces both individuals to confront their shadows, question their identities, and shed every layer that is not aligned with their highest truth. What many interpret as chaos is actually sacred friction, an intentional spiritual intensity designed to push both souls beyond the limits of their human conditioning. This is why the twin flame journey is often accompanied by confusion, pain, separation, and emotional turmoil. It is not a sign that something is wrong, it is a sign that something powerful is happening. The chaos serves a precise spiritual function. It triggers unhealed wounds, exposes buried traumas, and activates dormant energetic codes embedded deep within your galactic DNA. The intensity is not random, it is calibrated to awaken. Every disruption, every heartbreak, every trigger is a coded invitation into higher consciousness. And this is the divine paradox. The relationship that causes the most inner turmoil is the very one that carries the blueprint for your soul's liberation. But only if you stop romanticizing it. Only if you stop expecting it to feel like a fairy tale. Only if you stop mistaking your twin flame for a soulmate who's here to build a life with you in the traditional sense. They are not here to decorate your human life, they are here to detonate it. To expect emotional harmony or lifelong companionship from a connection built to break you open is to misunderstand the sacred technology entirely. It's like mistaking a rocket ship for a cozy living room. One is built to launch you into space, to stretch you into dimensions beyond the Earth matrix. The other is built to keep you comfortable, safe, and grounded. These are not the same machines, and they do not serve the same purpose. So, if your twin flame journey feels unbearable at times, know that you are not broken, you are being recalibrated. You are being upgraded from the inside out. The chaos is sacred, the pain is instructional, and the pressure is a divine signal that you are being prepared for liftoff into your mission, your mastery, and your multidimensional truth. This is not a love story. This is a metamorphosis. Number 4. Galactic origins, the true nature of twin flames. In the spiritual realm, twin flames are often misunderstood, romanticized as destined lovers or perfect soulmates. But the truth is far more profound and transcendent. Twin flames are not here to complete each other emotionally or to fulfill traditional romantic fantasies. They are not just people who click or have undeniable chemistry. Rather, twin flames are soul partners from the same galactic lineage beings who have chosen to incarnate across lifetimes with one extraordinary purpose: to activate one another's divine potential on Earth. Before birth, these two souls are assigned to each other by galactic councils of light high-dimensional beings who oversee the evolution of consciousness across star systems. These councils carefully orchestrate the pairing based on energetic blueprints, vibrational signatures, and soul missions. It is not a random connection. It is pre-coded, sacred, and intentional. Each twin flame carries within their essence the exact frequency that will unlock the other's dormant power, spiritual gifts, and soul memory. They are not brought together for comfort, they are brought together for activation. When these twin souls meet on Earth, something remarkable happens. Their energetic frequencies, each already powerful on its own, merge to create a resonant field. This field acts like a tuning fork for the soul, vibrating at such a high frequency that it triggers spontaneous Kundalini awakenings, unseals encoded DNA, and even opens multidimensional portals to galactic awareness. You may feel it as a rush of energy, a moment of inexplicable recognition, or a sudden collapse of time and space around that person, but this is no accident. It is a moment written into your soul contract, long before your earthly name or form existed. The intensity of this meeting is not rooted in romance. It is rooted in remembrance. The pull you feel, the undeniable magnetism, is not simply longing or desire. It is your soul recognizing its origin, its counter-frequency, and most importantly, its mission. You are not being drawn to a person. You are being called back into alignment with your higher self. This sacred bond exists not to fulfill your fantasies, but to break you open, shake your illusions, and reconnect you with your galactic nature. The purpose of your twin flame is to ignite the fire that burns away your false identity, strip away ego layers, and reveal the truth of who you are. A multidimensional being with a divine purpose far beyond earthly attachment. When you meet your twin flame, your life may never be the same. Not because you've found the one, but because you've met the mirror who reflects the one within you. If you've made it this far, it means something in your soul has been stirred, and that's not a coincidence. You are remembering something ancient, something sacred. This journey isn't just about learning new information, it's about awakening what's already within you. Take a moment to breathe deeply and reflect. Have you ever felt an inexplicable connection that defied time and logic? Have you encountered someone who shattered your illusions and sparked a deep inner transformation? If so, you're not alone. We invite you to share your story in the comments. Your experience may be the mirror someone else needs right now. Or, if you're still integrating all of this, simply type, "I am ready to remember who I truly am." Let it be your affirmation, your energetic signal to the universe that your soul is listening and awakening. Number 5. Kundalini awakening, the fire within. There is a fire within you, ancient, powerful, and divine. The Galactic Federation refers to it as Kundalini, not merely as a mystical force, but as a form of highly advanced cosmic life force technology embedded deep within the human energy system. This sacred energy remains dormant in most individuals, like a coiled serpent at the base of the spine, waiting for a precise frequency match to stir it from slumber. And for many starseeds, that ignition moment comes through an encounter with their authentic twin flame. When genuine twin flames meet, the energy they carry is not simply magnetic attraction, it is resonance. Imagine two tuning forks vibrating at the same frequency. When one is struck, the other begins to sing. This is exactly what happens on an energetic level. The presence of one twin flame activates the dormant codes within the other, setting off a chain reaction of awakening. It begins subtly at times, a quickening of the heart, a deep sense of recognition that transcends logic, but can soon escalate into a full-blown spiritual ignition. This awakening may manifest in ways that can be startling or even overwhelming. People often report waves of emotion that seem to crash out of nowhere, tingling or electric sensations in the spine or crown, moments of telepathic connection, sudden soul memories, and even physical trembling that defies medical explanation. These are not symptoms of instability or imagination. Rather, they are clear indicators that your nervous system is rewiring itself to handle a higher frequency of light and consciousness. Your vessel is being upgraded to hold more energy, more divine intelligence, and more spiritual responsibility. Many who experience this activation find themselves being pulled onto their soul mission without delay. It's as if the universe flips a switch, and suddenly you're compelled to serve others, speak your truth, explore your psychic gifts, or create art, healing, or movement that uplifts the planet. This is not accidental. Kundalini is not just a spiritual idea, it is functional galactic software encoded into your body to assist your mission once the time is right. And here's what many don't expect. The most powerful awakenings often don't happen in union. They occur in separation, when the twin flames part by choice, by circumstance, or by karmic design. That's when the energy surges most violently. Why? Because the pain of loss, the pull of the soul, and the longing for home become fuel for transformation. In that sacred grief, the soul cracks open, and it is through those cracks that the light floods in. So if you are experiencing a spiritual awakening that feels like fire under your skin and lightning in your heart, you are not going crazy. You are being called into galactic remembrance. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. This is the power of Kundalini. This is the technology of true twin flames. Number 6. Separation, the hidden catalyst of growth. Separation is not a sign of failure. It is not a punishment, nor is it evidence that something went wrong. In fact, from a galactic perspective, separation is a key feature, not a flaw of the twin flame activation technology. It is an intentional phase built into the spiritual architecture of your soul contract, designed to propel you into the deepest realms of personal healing and soul evolution. When twin flames are pulled apart, whether by circumstance, emotional conflict, karmic timing, or energetic overload, it's not a detour from the path. It is the path. The Galactic Federation emphasizes that this period of distance is not meant to be feared or resisted, but embraced as an accelerated evolutionary gateway. This is when each soul is required to stabilize energetically without the other, to stand in their own frequency, and to process the profound upgrades that have been activated through the connection. During union, the energy between twin flames often becomes so intense that it floods both systems with cosmic codes, ancient memories, emotional purification, and spiritual blueprints. But the body, mind, and spirit need space and stillness to integrate these rapid downloads. And so, the universe orchestrates the necessary pause. This separation is not abandonment, it's alignment. It's the sacred chrysalis stage that allows both individuals to transform into who they must become. This is the space where the real alchemy begins. Without the distraction of romance or the emotional highs and lows of constant interaction, each twin is pushed into introspective shadow work, healing past wounds, clearing ancestral programming, and expanding into higher levels of self-love and divine remembrance. You're not being denied love. You're being entrusted with your own spiritual awakening. However, many people in the spiritual community fall into the trap of projecting traditional romantic narratives onto the twin flame dynamic. They expect physical togetherness, emotional stability, and continuous contact. But the Federation cautions that this expectation is a matrix illusion, one that creates frustration, attachment, and stagnation. Twin flame connections are not here to fulfill fairy tale endings. They are here to break you open and rebuild you in light. Dependency on the other's presence only delays the integration of your own mastery. This journey is not about being completed by someone else. It's about discovering that you were already whole, and now you are being upgraded to a new frequency of existence. So, if you find yourself in separation, know this: you are exactly where you are meant to be. The pain you feel is the pressure that creates the diamond. The silence is the space where your soul finds its own voice. And the distance is not a wall, it is a mirror, reflecting what you must now awaken within yourself. Separation is not the end of the story. It is the initiation. As we begin to understand the sacred purpose behind separation, it becomes clear that what feels like distance is actually divine design. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should, even when it challenges everything you thought love was supposed to be. If this message resonates with your soul, take a moment to support this space by liking the video. Share your reflections in the comments what part of your journey has brought you the most growth so far. Or simply type, "Separation is not punishment, it's preparation." Let this affirmation echo through our community and remind others that they are not alone in this transformation. Now, let's move deeper into what happens after this inner awakening begins. Number 7. False twin flames, the Matrix's greatest deception. As the frequency of authentic twin flame reunions intensifies on Earth, something equally powerful and far more insidious, has risen in response. The Matrix, a system designed to suppress spiritual evolution and maintain control over awakened beings, has countered this divine phenomenon with one of its most deceptive creations, the false twin flame. These false twin flame programs are not random or accidental. They are meticulously crafted energetic simulations deployed with surgical precision to intercept starseeds, light workers, and spiritually gifted individuals just as they begin to awaken. They often arrive at a time of spiritual vulnerability, right after a spiritual breakthrough, a dark night of the soul, or during a deep search for meaning. These connections feel incredibly real. They are intense, magnetic, and often laced with powerful psychic energy. At first glance, they seem to echo everything we've been told about twin flames: profound emotional bonds, synchronicities, and soul-level familiarity. But make no mistake, these connections do not serve your highest evolution, they serve the Matrix. False twin flames are engineered to mimic the surface-level symptoms of activation. You might experience electric sensations, deep telepathic bonds, or even spiritual downloads, but they plateau quickly. Over time, instead of expanding your consciousness and pushing you toward your soul mission, these connections begin to drain your energy. What starts as euphoria devolves into confusion, emotional dependency, and obsessive behavior. You find yourself stuck in cycles of highs and lows, always chasing closure, always yearning for reunion that never truly aligns. According to intelligence shared by the Galactic Federation, approximately 85% of the relationships currently labeled as twin flame connections are actually false simulations. That's right, 85%. This staggering figure reveals the scale of this spiritual war. The goal is not just to trick a few souls, it's to trap an entire generation of awakened beings in loops of emotional chaos, preventing them from anchoring into their divine service and fulfilling their galactic missions on Earth. So how do you tell the difference? The contrast between authentic and false twins becomes crystal clear over time. An authentic twin flame connection, though intense and often challenging, ultimately leads to spiritual sovereignty. It pulls you into alignment with your soul purpose, activates dormant gifts, and demands inner transformation. It inspires you to serve, evolve, and rise. On the other hand, a false twin flame connection leads to spiritual stagnation. It keeps you stuck in drama, confusion, and emotional turmoil. It's designed to trap you in the illusion of love while quietly disconnecting you from your higher self. If you feel exhausted instead of empowered, addicted instead of awakened, stuck instead of sovereign, it may not be your twin flame. It may be the Matrix's most convincing illusion. Now more than ever, discernment is critical. You are not here to be caught in spiritual bait. You are here to embody divine light, fulfill your mission, and reclaim your multidimensional power. And that begins by recognizing the truth behind the lie. Number 8. The 5 Galactic Protocols: How to navigate the twin flame terrain with clarity and power. To navigate the increasingly complex realm of twin flame connections, the Galactic Federation has issued a set of 5 spiritual protocols, subtle but powerful tools meant to help starseeds and awakened souls discern true twin flame unions from deceptive matrix simulations. In a time where false activations are widespread, these protocols are not just guidance, they are energetic safeguards. The first key to discernment is mission alignment. When you encounter someone who feels spiritually significant, ask yourself, does this connection enhance my ability to serve humanity? Or does it drain me, distract me, and pull me away from purpose? True twin flame connections are mission activators. They amplify your soul's calling. If the relationship leaves you emotionally depleted or turns your focus inward into drama, longing, or confusion, it's likely a matrix-designed distraction masquerading as sacred love. Closely linked to this is the concept of sovereignty. Real twin flame unions reinforce your spiritual identity and strengthen your inner autonomy. You don't feel smaller, dependent, or lost. You feel expanded, grounded, and more deeply connected to your divine self. If, however, you find yourself unable to function without the other person, or you feel your sense of self slipping away in their presence, you are likely entangled in a false dynamic. Sacred love empowers, illusions entrape. Another sign lies in the energy itself. Authentic twin flames ignite lasting Kundalini activation, an upward movement of life force that continues to evolve you long after the physical meeting. The awakening might begin as overwhelming energy, but it matures into steady expansion, increased psychic ability, deeper awareness, and energetic evolution. False twins can imitate this spark, but it burns fast and leaves nothing behind. Temporary intensity without transformation is not a sign of truth, it's a red flag. Authenticity also reveals itself in energetic autonomy. A true twin flame connection does not create codependency. Instead, both individuals are able to maintain and manage their own frequency, even while separated. You don't need their presence to feel whole or spiritually anchored. In fact, the space between you often becomes fertile ground for inner growth. If the connection creates emotional chaos when they're absent, or your peace depends entirely on their response, you are not in alignment with divine technology. You're being tested by illusion. And finally, clarity of mission is the ultimate measure. A real twin flame doesn't just feel important, they illuminate your reason for being here. The connection clears the fog, it realigns your soul blueprint and strengthens your cosmic vision. You begin to understand what you're meant to build, to share, to heal, and to embody. False connections, by contrast, obscure your mission. You find yourself obsessed with timing, reunion, or emotional loops instead of feeling inspired to serve. If your purpose feels more distant after meeting them, it's not truth, it's distraction. Each of these protocols flows into the next, forming a complete map for spiritual discernment. They are not here to tell you who your twin is, they are here to help you remember who you are. In a world of simulated connections, illusion can feel real, but truth always reveals itself in the long-term results. Greater peace, deeper purpose, lasting expansion. The real twin flame path is not about romance, it's about remembrance. It's about rising into your galactic identity, fulfilling your mission, and serving as a beacon for others awakening on this planet. When you walk with discernment, you no longer chase love, you become it. Number 9. The mission, cosmic citizenship, and galactic service. There is a widespread misunderstanding in the spiritual community that twin flames exist solely to fulfill a romantic destiny. But according to the Galactic Federation, this belief is one of the final illusions we must dissolve if we are to step fully into our soul's highest purpose. Authentic twin flames are not randomly selected by fate or drawn together for the satisfaction of emotional longing. They are not simply lovers on a divine journey. They are cosmic citizens, spiritual emissaries, who volunteered before incarnation to carry out specific, interwoven missions for Earth's ascension. These twin flame unions are divinely orchestrated collaborations, guided by galactic councils and encoded into the soul's blueprint long before birth. Each partner carries a unique frequency, a distinct strand of light and knowledge that, when combined with their counterpart, creates a powerful, energetic synergy. Some pairs are here to anchor higher dimensional codes directly into Earth's grid. Others are called to teach, to guide, or to lead by example, acting as way-showers, healers, and frequency holders who awaken dormant light in others. But the success of a true twin flame union is not measured by whether or not they end up together in a romantic sense. The real success lies in the collective impact they generate. When authentic twin flames activate each other, their union sparks a ripple effect that extends far beyond the relationship itself. They become co-creators, working together on a soul level to bring forth new healing modalities, spiritual teachings, light technologies, and multidimensional systems that support humanity's preparation for galactic citizenship. These are not abstract ideals. Many of the greatest spiritual leaders, energy healers, and consciousness architects of our time are either walking the twin flame path or have been influenced by the energetic codes seeded through these divine partnerships. The awakening triggered through the twin flame connection is meant to be channeled into service, not hoarded in personal obsession or limited by romantic expectation. And this is where the Federation offers its strongest guidance. The romantic model must be transcended. When we view the twin flame journey as a romantic quest alone, we shrink it into a human fantasy. But when we see it as a mission, a galactic technology for planetary evolution, we activate its true power. The path may include love, intimacy, or union, but those experiences are secondary to the purpose. The real alchemy begins when both individuals surrender their human desires and instead prioritize the mission encoded within their souls. In this higher state of consciousness, twin flames move beyond personal fulfillment. They stop chasing each other and start building together. Their connection becomes a lighthouse broadcasting frequencies of truth, healing, and sovereignty to all who are ready to awaken. This is the call of the twin flame in its purest form. Not to love for self-gratification, but to serve as one unified field in devotion to Earth, humanity, and the Galactic Federation of Light. Are you ready to rise beyond the illusion and step fully into your cosmic role? And so, dear soul, as we come to the end of this transmission, let this not be just another message you hear and forget. Let it be a moment of remembrance. If you are in a twin flame connection or even suspect you are, know this: it was never meant to be just a romance or a fairy tale. It is a spiritual initiation encoded in your soul contract long before this lifetime, and now reawakened for a reason far greater than personal fulfillment. You are not here merely to fall in love. You are here to rise in light. The Galactic Federation reminds you that this sacred bond was given to you as a tool for planetary service, DNA acceleration, and multidimensional evolution. Authentic twin flame technology is not an emotional comfort, it is an ignition system for the soul. When honored properly, it can fast-track your awakening, collapsing lifetimes of karmic cycles into a single surge of remembrance and power. But this gift demands responsibility. The key is not in clinging to the person, but in aligning with the purpose. Ask yourself, how does this connection challenge me, expand me, awaken me to my true service on Earth? The answer to that question is your North Star. So, let go of illusion, release the fantasy of perfect union, and instead step boldly into your role as a galactic citizen. You were chosen for this time, this task, this transmission. Your path is not about waiting, it is about becoming. Comment below with the phrase, "I honor the activation and serve the mission." Let it be your declaration to the universe that you are ready to awaken, serve, and evolve. And if this message stirred something deep within you, something ancient, something electric, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video to anchor its frequency. Share it with others who may be walking the same mysterious path. And be sure to watch the video below on your screen. It may hold the next piece of your galactic blueprint.